Hey guys, what is going on? So just wanted to update you on my cuts on Turkesterone, how that's going, how my strength numbers have improved, body composition, fat loss, everything like that. So most things are pretty unchanged in terms of, where I've been at. I did actually hit a PR in overhead press, an all-time PR. It was not a 1 rep max, but it was a rep PR. So I hit 205 for a set of 6. It was actually pretty easy. I feel like I probably could have gone for maybe even 7. So that's good to see. That being said, I have not been lifting in low rep ranges, and so my 1 rep maxes are probably, not really there. I would estimate that, my overhead press probably isn't there, but like I said, hit a rep PR. My bench press is probably right around where it was prior to taking Turkesterone, maybe a bit stronger, but that's with really no significant low rep work. So I've really just kind of been building my bench press back up. I would estimate that I could probably in a few weeks start hitting some PRs, and I do plan to start going for 1 rep maxes in a few weeks, but I just need to continue to ramp up. In terms of my lean body mass, same as it was last time. I basically have built back all the muscle that I lost over that sedentary period in my upper body. My lower body, however, is still lagging, considering that was the hardest hit. It made it difficult to walk and stuff like that, and therefore my legs were kind of shrinking and stuff like that. So I'm working on my legs the hardest in terms of how my training has been going. I recently have been upping my carbs to a significant degree. It was kind of like a carb cycle, really just trying to get really good leg workouts, and just make sure that I was getting the most out of my workouts. Now, I really didn't notice that much of a difference between having a ton of carbs and a lot of carbs, which is what I was doing before. So I always try and keep my carbs as high as I can when I'm on my cuts. Otherwise, I start to notice some diminishing results. So I already had my carbs high this whole cut, started to the last couple of weeks, really ramp them up. Didn't really notice much of a difference. So I'm going to take those back down to just a normal level or normal high, which is where I kind of like to stay. And I just plan to step on the gas a little bit more in terms of my deficits. So recently, I've been actually implementing cardio, just putting in short sessions at the end of my workouts. And I'm basically just every day that I do cardio, I'm upping the cardio by 30 seconds, slowly ramping that up. And then I'm just doing walking as I've been doing the whole time. So I do plan to, once I get deeper into my cut, start playing basketball. And maybe that can be a, further calorie burner. But my entire thing on this cut is I don't want to limit my nutrients in terms of, my diet. I want to keep my calories relatively high. And that's really the plan, is to just kind of expend more energy and, not focus on cutting my calories all that much until the bitter end when things get tough. And then I know that I have a lot of calories to work with, and then I can cut those to kind of get really shredded. So basically what I always do is I cut my calories and increase my expenditure at the same time. And I always lose a ton of fat, like really easily, but then I just come to a screeching halt. I always hit around 13% body fat, maybe 12 if I'm lucky. I think maybe 12 is the lowest I've ever been, but definitely, 13-ish range is like pretty much the leanest I've ever been. And then it just comes to a halt, and I can't really do much because I'm already doing pretty low calories. I'm already expending all this energy, walking around, stuff like that. And so this time around, I want to get to that level without cutting the calories to a significant degree. And then potentially even blow past that. I really want to get to single digit body fat, and I just want to get as lean as I possibly can, honestly. If that requires me to lose a little bit of muscle, I don't really see that happening to any significant degree. Obviously, you're going to lose some water muscle once you get deeper into it. But my goal is to have a higher lean body mass when I'm super shredded than when it was prior to Turkesterone. So I think Turkesterone is going to play a good part in this. I still have about 40-ish days left, 35 maybe, of Turkesterone. So I'm planning to really kind of up it a little bit. A lot of people say to lose around 0.5% to 1% of your body weight per week. For me, that would be on the higher end, 2.3 pounds. So I'm going to try and get closer to, I've been losing about a pound of fat per week. I'm going to try and up that maybe to the 1.5, 2 range and see where that takes me and see how long I can maintain that. And then maybe we start, dropping the calories a bit, or maybe start playing basketball or something like that. And like I said, I am slowly every day ramping up the cardio by about 30 seconds each session. So that should over time lead to even more expenditure. So hopefully the cut goes good. Hopefully I actually get shredded. I did post some update pictures on Instagram. I don't care if you guys follow me. I'm not trying to, I don't even want people on there. But that's just, where I post the pictures. I will, over time just give more elaborate kind of details on everything that I'm doing in terms of my cut. So this is probably the place to get the most information if you care about that. But I do think Turkesterone is going to play a key role in me kind of maintaining that strength and that size, and hopefully hit PRs in both of those as well. But maybe that's a little too overly optimistic, but I do like to kind of have that mindset. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'll keep you updated, and I'll talk to you soon.